everybody, Elizabeth here with a quick reminder to visit fpfeaz.org to subscribe to Scott's full 2024 live Zoom class calendar. You can also visit yourinvestmentcounselor.com and book a meeting directly with Scott Sandell. Thanks so much for watching. Now back to the video.
Hey everybody, I want to talk about these inherited IRAs. This is just so difficult to navigate, so I keep breaking down little things that we need to do. The vast majority of people that inherit IRA money are going to be subject to a 10-year rule. So let's talk about what needs to be done the day you wake up and realize you're inheriting IRA money. So first off, who's going to be subject to this rule? It's going to be pretty easy. If you're a spouse, a minor child, chronically ill or disabled, or not more than 10 years younger than the original owner, you'll have a separate decision tree. Okay, so if maybe it was your sibling and you're only 3-4 years younger, then you're going to have some different choices. Minor children until they're of age, and that depends on the state. These are all people that have special rules, that have special circumstances there. So for everyone else, all us normal people, if you're a child, your parent passes away, you're more than 10 years different in age, you will be subject to a 10-year rule, and you will still have required minimum distributions in the meantime, okay? So the IRS is not saying you have to take a 10th out every single year. They're just saying, look, we still have a little payment or a little bit that you have to take out at minimum each year, but know that within 10 years, you have up to December 31st, 10 years after the original owner's death. So we need to make sure we have a plan, and that has to be a logical plan. So this applies to all pre-tax savings, whether it's IRA, 401k, 403b, 457, SEP plans, simple plans, etc. There's lots of different types of plans. If it's pre-tax money, we have to have a 10-year plan to get it out. Same thing for Roth. It's not taxable when it comes out, but we're still going to be forced to unroth it. Okay, so let's look at this. This is simple. I try to make this as easy as possible because I want to pick out what's the most important thing you should be thinking about when it comes to a 10-year distribution. Let's look at our choices. How much needs to be distributed? Did you just inherit $1 million? Did you just inherit $5? Well, how much did you inherit? Because we need to kind of plan this out. And if it's only $5, just pull it out and be done with it. We don't have to think very hard. But if it's $1 million, we need to pay attention. We need to figure this out. So the first thing I want you to do is think about your income. What does your income look like? What will it look like for the next 10 years? Are you a W-2 employee that makes pretty stable income and it doesn't change year to year? Well, just go in and put 1 through 10 and fill out what we think our income looks like. Maybe you plan on retiring in 5 years. Maybe you're already retired, but you should have a good idea of what your income is going to look like. And if you're married, then it's joint income. If you're single, it's single income. And then look at your tax brackets. Okay, now I've baked in the standard deduction for people under 65. If you're over 65, you have a bigger standard deduction. Okay, just a little tweak, a little adjustment to this tax return. 2024's tax rates are on the left, and then 2026, as most of you know, we will be stepping the taxation up a little bit to its old numbers. So 12 becomes 15, 22 becomes 25, 24, 28, so forth and so on. So little adjustment. 2024 came with a nice jump in these buckets as well. So now a single person has 61,000 worth of income at 12% or below taxation, and a married couple over 123,000. That's awesome. Okay. So the reason we listed how much income you think you're going to have in the upcoming years is because that's how you're going to plan out how to withdraw this money. If it's IRA, the rule of thumb is spread it out as much as possible, right? If you just have 1 year with a whole bunch of income, you're going to end up paying much higher percentage of taxation. Whereas if you spread it out as long as possible, that's going to keep us in the lower tax brackets. This is about the percentage that you're paying on these, on this taxation. So you have your ordinary income from your job or your Social Security or your pension or wherever you derive your taxable income from. And then you want to look at filling up the bucket that you're in. That's the first thing that you're going to want to do. Okay. So if you had 50,000 worth of income as a single person, well, then we know that we can pull 11,000 out. Okay. Now, depending on how much money we have to convert, have to get out of this inherited IRA status, 11,000 a year for 10 years might be enough, but it also might not be. If you inherited $1 million, maybe we've got to step up to the 22% tax bracket. Okay. So that way, avoiding 28 later. 22 is better than 28. So you got a couple of years, this year and next year, to pay 22. As a single person, that's 115. As a married couple, that's 230,000. Okay. So we want to look at this logically and spread it out as much as possible. When it is pre-tax IRA money that we have to pay taxes on. So important. If this is Roth money, congratulations. That's wonderful. You inherited Roth money. I don't want you to touch it. Take only what you're forced to take out, the absolute minimum, the required minimum distribution. Take that minimum distribution out each year. And then in your 10th year, pull it all out. Let it sit there and grow tax-free, compound, beautiful, wonderful growth, completely no taxation. Roth is the greatest thing ever. You got 10 years worth of growth, take advantage of it. And then after the 10 years, there's no taxable event. You just have to unroth it. That's it. Okay. So we're going to treat Roth money completely different than IRA. IRA money, we have to pay taxes on. We need a realistic outlook of what your income will be. And then we got to start planning out how and how much we should be pulling out each year. So that way we don't have one year where we have to pull $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 out all at once. Burying your head in the sand is going to cause much higher taxation. The day you inherit it, fill in what you think your income will be in the future and start planning this out, and then tweak year to year, just adjusting for the different tax brackets, the different taxation that we're going to have, and the surprising extra income. Maybe you get a raise, promotion, things like that. Okay. So be proactive. That's the best thing you can do if you inherit IRA money. Roth, stick your head in the sand. Don't touch it. Let it grow. Let it grow. Let it grow. Just take the minimum distributions. IRA, pay attention, come up with a plan right away. All right. Always happy to help. If you want to meet with me for any reason, yourinvestmentcounselor.com is the new website. It's your choice on how you want to handle things. We are always around to help, whether it's just product questions or things like that, or you want hourly advice, or you want full service management. Always happy to help in all cases. And give us a call if you need anything as well. And full classes, our full class schedule for 2024 is out, fpfeaz.org. That's the nonprofit we run here in Arizona. It's a nationwide nonprofit. fpfeaz.org. Find our full class schedule and jump in on a Zoom class and ask all the questions you want. All right. Thank you, everybody, and we will see you next week.